Oh, I'm live. Hello. I'm just going to pull my chair up. That's better. I felt like I was on the floor there. I was really low. So, I'm going to shut down all these browsers. I've got them all open. Sorry. Right. Hello. Right. I'm going to talk today about Let Women Speak at the weekend because it was just epic. And about trust as well, because I think it all links in. So yeah, so I was part of the Let Women Speak Locals group who organised the Let Women Speak at Morpeth on Sunday, and it went like a dream. We couldn't have asked for a better day. It was amazing. We did have some protesters, but they didn't drown us out, but they still managed to prove our point for us. We got coverage all over. We got coverage from the Daily Mail and Talk TV on 2 different shows, and we got local coverage as well, and then of course all the social media stuff as well. It's just been epic, really epic. And yeah, we've got a really good team of women in the Northeast who are raring to go and get stuff done, so it's just been fantastic. And yeah, all of the team just want to get stuff done. We don't want to sit around and chat and moan about stuff and complain about who's done what and why and when. We just want to get stuff done. So we have got some other stuff planned, well, in the planning, which is going to be epic as well. But I'm not going to say any more about that because, well, because it's not time to yet. It would spoil it, wouldn't it? So, yeah, so I spoke at Morpeth, and I'm not going to go over again what I said, but I think that's been something that's been, well, it was something that I wanted to say for quite a long time. And I've spoken, I think, 3 times at Let Women Speak now, and yeah, I think I had to get a bit used to public speaking, and I think I had to build trust as well with what was going to happen if I did that. So over the years, I think I'm not the only one when I say this, we've lost trust in our institutions, our universities, our GPs, our medical institutions, our schools, just all of them. They don't necessarily do what we need them to as a society. They all seem to have an ulterior motive or another agenda, and yeah, it's really difficult to trust any of them, and it has for me. I mean, I got let down by lots of organisations and my own family, and so I didn't trust anybody, and I probably needed some counselling, and I didn't find anybody who I trusted to talk to about that either. But then I managed to say what I needed to say, and the last time I checked, so there was about 120 women there at Morpeth. There was some men as well, and last time I checked, there was about 18,000 people had watched the live stream, either live or watched it back. So I managed to do that when I couldn't speak at all to anybody about that issue for over 10 years. And I've been reflecting on that because I think it reflects badly on the counselling profession. And I say that as a counsellor. And I've been reflecting on how I can improve what I do so that we can build trust in the community of women. And well, yeah, sorry, I've written some notes in case I forget what I wanted to say. So you learn in counselling, in your counselling training, that you have to have really good boundaries, which is it is important. Boundaries are really important. But because times have moved on, I think counselling needs to move on as well. So technology's moved on, and how do you build trust with potential clients if you don't share anything about yourself? And that's what you're taught in counselling training, to not share anything. And there's good reason for that, and it's to protect the client and to protect you as a counsellor as well. However, you have to kind of share a little bit about who you are and how you work, and because counselling is all about the relationship. So if you're starting from scratch in the first counselling session with that person, you've then got to build that rapport from scratch. And as I've been in business, I've also learned that a sales process, you don't just expect someone to turn up and buy off you straight away. I think it's like 5 touches or 7 touches or something like that. It might be more. It's been a while since I covered that business training. But in sales, there's like a rule of thumb where they say that your customer has to meet you or see you or have contact with the company or you so many times before they'll trust you to buy off you. But as a counsellor, how can you do that if you're hiding and not sharing anything about yourself? So I think there's a conflict there. And I think it's okay to tell clients that you've been through something similar to what they've been through, because otherwise they don't know if you understand or not, and then you end up going for counselling and they don't give you anything back, and then you're wondering what they're thinking and stuff like that. So yes, so I think those were my thoughts about counselling and how I can build trust with my audience in order to support more women to get the mental health support that they need. And I think especially what's happening in the world at the moment with all this pushing down a medical pathway rather than and gender affirming therapy, I think that's going to that has lost trust. Like, I wouldn't want to go and see someone who's going to agree with everything I say. You need to say, well, I'm feeling like this, and is it real or not? Because sometimes you can blow things up like inside your head, and you need someone to challenge you and challenge your frame of reference, and which is what I do. And sometimes I can be a bit too blunt. So in the counselling room, I'm careful about that because I know how honest and blunt I am. But so that's what I've been thinking about. I feel really on edge on my live stream. I don't know why, because I go live on Instagram quite a lot and I don't feel nervous or anything. But for some reason on YouTube, I feel more exposed and that more people are going to watch, even though, well, I don't know if that's true or not. It may or may not be true. So anyway, so those are the things that I've been thinking about since Sunday. It's just been so full on. I've been doing so much, and I've been supporting a friend as well who's been going through a rough time. So that's taken up quite a lot of time. And then I've been supporting and organising and helping with the organising group, doing stuff to support the women who were there on Sunday, trying to network as well and keep the momentum going from the event and make sure that those connections aren't lost. And yes, I feel like I haven't seen my husband very much this week, and he said the same about seeing me as well. So I haven't been around in the evening quite a few times this week as well. And Ian really likes his routine. He doesn't like being out of routine. And because I was supporting my friend last night, I didn't get in until I think it was 8:45, and Ian likes to go to bed early, so that disrupted everything. So he was like a bear with a sore head, just because he was out of his routine, even though I kept him up to date about what was happening and everything. But yeah, he likes to do things at the same time every day. And if he doesn't, he gets a bit upset because, yeah, routine's important to him. Anyway, I think that's all I wanted to say. Yeah, I think we need to build trust again, and Let Women Speak at Morpeth. It just solidified that I have women around me who I trust. I knew when I spoke that those women weren't going to heckle me. And I think that's the fear when you stand up in public, isn't it? When you speak in public, you think you're going to get heckled or you're going to fall over. You're worried about making a fool of yourself. And because I've been watching Let Women Speak for nearly 2 years, well, 18 months to 2 years, I haven't seen one woman being heckled by other women. They've been shouted at and screamed at by men, masked men, some women on the other side, and drowned out and all sorts of things. But I've never seen women heckle the women who speak. I've seen a bit of bitchiness online though, between women, so I think that's a worry as well. You just don't want to be in the firing line, do you? But yeah, so some of the social media posts that we've put out about the event have been epic. We've been on, like I say, like Talk TV, we're on Julia Hartley-Brewer, so Kelly J. Keane did that one, and then we're on Jeremy Kyle. I have to remember it's Kyle, not Vine. I keep saying Vine and then realising that's totally wrong. And yes, we were on Jeremy Kyle. And the Let Women Speak in Morpeth, it attracted some women that I knew who were local, who've never been to a Let Women Speak before. And none of those women spoke, but it was the first time. A lot of women came up to me afterwards and said that I was brave and I had courage, and I've had loads of lovely messages on social media. And what else? Yeah, some women have told me that it's happened to them, the same thing or similar. And I've also had women who said they would like to speak as well, but they didn't feel ready yet. So yeah, sometimes you just need a bit more time to start feeling ready. So I think that's all I wanted to say. So I'm going to end the stream, and what I need to do is go live on YouTube more often so that I get used to it and I get over me stage fright. So yes, I hope you like. Oh, that was what I was going to talk about as well. I didn't think of that before. I haven't written it down. I was going to talk about my podcast as well. So I am looking at ways to improve it, not just the quality of it, because the sound on the last one wasn't great. And there is a setting on the editing tool that I use to, it's supposed to enhance the sound, but when I used that, Annie sounded like a duck. So I had to take it off. It just sounded terrible. It made it worse. It's supposed to improve it. And I'm having some trouble with the quality of the files as well, which is a bit of a shame. Because you're not supposed to, like, according to the companies who run them, they say that you don't need any specialist equipment, but I know that I've got a proper microphone and it's quite clear. My sound's quite clear, but the women that I'm interviewing, it's not so good, or the picture's not as good because of either the lighting or because the internet connection's just not quite good enough. And the system's supposed to record in the background so that it's of high quality. and it's just not quite right. So I've looked into using other platforms, but according to the reviews, the one that I'm using is the best. So I need to do a bit more digging, because maybe it's just the reviews that I've seen. And also, I've been watching videos about how to improve my reach and me numbers and all of that on YouTube. So it's a massive learning curve. But yeah, some women have said I should iron me flags as well. I know, I know they're really creased, really creased. I can't even say creased. I'm saying creased. The flags are really creased. I got one first and then the other one, and the first one that I got has been ironed, but you wouldn't be able to tell because it just didn't get the creases out. And a woman told me that if I hung them up, then the creases would fall out, and I think they have a little bit, but they're still creased. So if you've got any tips to get the creases out of me flags, that'd be good, because they're quite silky. So I used a tea towel over the top of them. I think it might have been a turf one as well. I used a tea towel over the top of them so that it wouldn't scorch when I used the iron, but the creases didn't come out. So I haven't ironed the newer one, but I can't tell which one's which now, because I took them down to take them to Morpeth, but so I don't know which way around they are now. Anyway, so yes, the point of saying all that was that I am trying to make improvements. So and I am looking for more guests. So if you would like to come on, you can drop me a message on Twitter or on any of my other social media, or you can get in touch on my website, which is kellyoliverdougall.co.uk. All of the links are on the YouTube channel, so you can find ways to connect with me on there. And yeah, I've got quite a few women who want to come on, so looking forward to talking to them all, because I just love the opportunity to talk to all the women who come on my podcast. It's really, really good. I really do feel energized after I've spoken to each woman. So watch this space. It is meant to be Lissa Morgan next week. I am having some trouble with her files though, so I've had to ask for some support off the company who I use. So hopefully I'll be able to get that sorted in time to release hers. Yeah, so get in touch if you want to come on, and I shall hopefully see you again soon. Bye for now.